Hi, I'm Kathy Callahan Brady, and welcome to In the Trenches. Today we've got a really special guest. This is Brian Blood from GraceBlood, correct? Thank you so much for coming.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this gives us an opportunity, and I hate to say it, it's for our clients, but it's really for you and that I get the chance to thank you for everything that you've done. I mean, a lot of people don't realize getting up at 7:30 in the morning and coming in helping to advise clients until 10:30 is volunteering too. It's quite the feat.
It's truly my pleasure. I'm learning as much from them as, hopefully they're learning from myself and others.
Yeah. Well, you give great advice. I really do appreciate that. I mean, you've been through quite a bit. So tell us about GraceBlood. Tell us what you do.
Well, what we do is the non-exciting part of supply chain B2B commerce, where we're handling electronic transactions for suppliers and customers, so that they don't have to manually key data into their respective systems.
Really important.
It's not elegant, but it gets things done behind the scenes, and it makes things cost less at the end of the day.
Which we all love, right?
Yep.
And it's easy to do, right, in terms of building this business?
Yes and no. It's built on standards, but as humans like to do, we like to mess with standards, and therefore we end up with non-standard aspects of it that we need to take into account with each implementation.
Okay. Because you're here local in Frederick, correct?
We're everywhere.
Okay.
We're an entirely virtual company, so our staff is as far west as Arizona, as far north as Canada, as far south as Texas, and as far to the northeast as Massachusetts.
Wow, that's exciting. How is it managing an entire virtual group?
It's enjoyable, actually. It's enjoyable and challenging at the same time. With today's technology, we always know who's doing what, when, and where, so you don't have to worry about that. But it does put a lot of pressure on making good hires and hiring people that are disciplined and have great work ethic.
Yeah. Wow. I think that would be a challenge. I know just working from home stuff is a little bit of a challenge, but you've got an entire company that you're doing that.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
Occasionally we'll send them to the store to keep things, light.
Good to hear. Well, tell me a little bit in terms of your background, because your background is pretty impressive. When I looked on LinkedIn, yes, I checked you out.
Well, thank you. My sister and I started a company back in the early 80s, so we were on the forefront of technology back then, and we were in business together until 1999, at which point she spun off into the company where I am now, and I went with a company that acquired us at the time. So we've spent, between she and I, we probably have a combined 60-plus years of supply chain industry experience. All technology focused. So anyone coming to us, we can not only understand the life that they live in their own organizations, but we've crafted solutions for those in the past as well. So it was good to come home about 2.5 years ago, and I'm enjoying the heck out of working with small and medium-sized businesses again instead of large enterprises.
Yeah, that is a lot of fun. I do have to admit your business is really impressive. I mean, anyone who can build a business like this, and now I watch her on Facebook, of course, because she's pretty much out of the business completely, or is she still a little bit in it?
She has two legs and 1 foot remaining back in the business,
Okay.
mostly with accounting and things like that.
Well, yeah, that's her gift.
Yep.
Boy, that's for sure. Yeah, we miss her in Vistage, the numbers lady, that's for sure. I don't know. I always like to, since this is supposed to be in the trenches, we don't want to make everything look easy, because we both know it's not. There's nothing easy about running a business. Can you give us that moment in time where maybe you were worried that things were not going well or things didn't go well? And what kind of advice do you learn from it?
Absolutely, and I think it applies to anyone in business, either for themselves or with a large stake in ownership in an organization. Back in 1998, we reached a point after nearly 20 years in business where sales weren't great, the economy wasn't great, and we were at a fork in the road, as it were, and needed to decide, do we scale down which meant saying goodbye to a lot of our people that had a lot of history with us? Or do we bring in investors? We chose the latter, and we were acquired not too long after. And the rest is history, as they say, but I think any entrepreneur needs to not feel like a failure if they reach a point where they have to make a decision and ask for help. It's only a failure if you don't ask.
Boy, I agree. I so agree. That's great advice. So if there was one piece of advice that you could leave for a business owner, I know there's so many, but if there was one good one, what would it be?
My advice would be to laugh and use the tool of self-deprecation as a leadership tool. I think that it's tough sometimes for people as business owners to truly associate at a peer level with their staff, and using self-deprecation and saying, hey, I'm human too, goes a long way toward building a good, healthy culture.
Yeah, I so agree with you. Yeah.
I'm constantly laughing at myself.
Yeah, I'm constantly making mistakes. Just kidding. I shouldn't say that one on tape, but I guess we did. That's all good. So, anyways, what do you have a favorite quote or saying that you sort of live by? Is there a motto?
I will say this: I grabbed a lot of quotes and I wouldn't call them mottos necessarily, but sage advice from a book called Good to Great by Jim Collins. And coming out of that, my one big takeaway was it has nothing to do with how large of an organization you grow into, so long as you're continuously improving. So you may have a handful of people-sized organization, and if you're already achieving greatness, you're a success. Whereas you could be a multi-billion-dollar organization and still not be great, just be lucky. I'd much rather be great and small. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Great advice. I appreciate it. And it's a great book, too. One I think everyone should read.
Yep.
Yeah.
Again and again.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been a long time, I think, since I've read it. I'll have to pull it out. Well, again, thank you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you and coming to help our clients. It's really awesome. The advice you give is really phenomenal, so thank you.
Very much my pleasure. Look forward to it in 2019.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a great year. And our 15-year anniversary is coming. Are you coming?
In 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah. You get to meet everybody because you only know a small subset of
That's
the
scary.
advisory.
That's scary.
Anyways, well, thank you guys for watching. Check out the rest of our videos on our website, FITCI.org. Have a great day.